Hello everybody, welcome to Doc Rock Tips. I am Doc Rock. Today I'm cruising with my buddy Brad from Berad Studios. It says back there, Berad Studios. And today I want to talk about something, beginning of the year, right? Everybody starts out with, I got these goals and I got these plans. So one of the topics of the day, and I would like you to put it in the comments, what are your goals and your objectives for this year? And what do you do to make sure you stay on track? So the reason why I want to come and visit Brad today, without ever establishing it between ourselves, Brad is what I would call one of my accountability partners. And I would go as far as to assume for him, I am one and the same. Whenever we have a business decision or, we're stuck on something or just need to bounce an idea, hey bro, can I bounce this idea off of you? And it is never, hell no, I'm busy, call me back. Somehow we just managed to figure it out, right? So what do you do for accountability partners? Now, Brad is one of my many. I have accountability partners for different aspects of my life. I'm never going to ask him about cooking because he eats weird stuff. So what do you have accountability partners other than myself, and how do you deal with that?
Yep. In business, one of my main guys is Mauna. He's actually a big part of my company.
And holding the camera.
Holding the camera right now. And he does understand what we're trying to build for Berad Studio because he's a part of it every single day. So if it has to do with a creative idea or maybe direction for the next year, 2020, we run things past each other because he understands it. But if it's a life decision, obviously my wife is the first to get that call, because she knows me at a human level that nobody else does.
And she can yell at you.
And she can give me real stuff.
Yeah.
And then I go to my mom, because my mom has always been the counselor for my life, right? She knows on the legal side what things that I should think about, but also she knows as a mother, trying to make sure that I do things responsibly.
Eat your vegetables.
Eat whatever it is that's green and red that I can. But also knowing that as a parent, you have a different kind of goal for your son. Even a wife might.
Yeah.
So I'll definitely turn to her for a lot of other things. But those are three of the main people that I talk to on a pretty regular basis.
Yeah, and the reason why I thought this was a topic is everyone is talking about, I want to be independent, I want to have an independent, I want to start my business, whatever. But I think it sounds easy to those that are not in it, that don't really notice the massive network that people like us actually have behind us. Yes, we have our own businesses, and yes, we do our own things, but there's always a large team. And for those of you just starting out, that maybe you don't have that yet, even something as simple as our community, right? So for instance, up there in the corner, there's a side Hawaii Shoots. We also have the Hawaii YouTubers group on Facebook. I would even say that online community is also somewhat accountability partners, right? We're always, as soon as you get your video, upload it. Then somebody that you know that you're tight with will talk about it or tell you, hey, I liked it, or maybe you should tweak your lighting, maybe you should tweak your sound. And I just think it's very helpful. And look at Philip, he's doing really good right now because he's listening to all of the random little bits of advice. Yeah. Here was a guy who was a great shooter anyway, but now he's making stuff that has nothing to do with shooting. Yeah. And it's coming out good because he's listening to the random advice. So
totally. Your social media network is obviously a great place to turn, but it can also be one of the harshest forms of critique. So having a safe place like a Facebook group that you are comfortable with and is full of other people that are trying to do YouTube, it's actually better to get some really constructive stuff where it's not negative, but it is helpful. They can have some helpful tips that maybe an outsider just might not understand. I love that we've been able to build this little community of YouTubers here in Hawaii.
Nice. So last one. My goal for this year is to get back to my reading practice. I used to be on this thing of read 100 books a year. At this point in this time, I'm a little too busy for that, so I'm gonna do 50. I'm gonna get in one a week and then 2 weeks off for Japan vacation. But I'm getting back to my reading practice. It just helps me with my creativity because I feel as I'm reading stories, and I read everything other than just blog posts. We always do that, but getting into some of the classicals to just learn more about I don't know, how to just sort of craft better stories. By reading stories, you craft better stories. So that's my goal for this year. What is one of yours?
We actually just did a podcast about this today, which is all about being more intentional with time and kind of what I'm doing. Because I know that we're going to do a lot more YouTube content, a lot more Facebook stuff, and a lot more helpful content. Also starting a TV show, which is a completely new endeavor.
I didn't bring a SAG card.
and on top of that, we also have all the client stuff that we're doing. Trying to stay intentional about being with my wife and my family, make sure we get some family time. So it's all about not overpiling stuff on top of stuff, but really isolating what is it I really need to do to reach those particular goals. And with that, I can be more intentional about my to-do lists and my tasks. So it actually all points towards the same target that we're trying to hit. So that's really it, is identifying what's needed, what's helpful, and then going towards my target and being much more intentional about that.
There you go. So in closing, let's start out by number one, let's reiterate. Number one, find yourself who your accountability partners are and write them down. If maybe you think you know it, write it down. It just seems to work better. And find out where they are in your life and what they do. You know, which segments do you need accountability partners in? And the other thing is, make yourself available to other people to be accountability partners for them, because it's kind of like, you know, the rising tide lifts all boats. If we're all working on this same upward mobility, we do much better together. Like Hawaii is part of our culture. I know a lot of other places, they feel standoffish, so you may not want to do that. But the Ohana thing that we do, that's part of us. That's how it is. Like if I caught a fish, he gonna get half. That's just how we are. But you can get lazy about it too. So, you know, be mindful and conscious of that. In the comment section below, please tell us what you're working on, what your goals are. If there's any way I can help, I'll send you links or whatever. And yeah, it says Hawaii YouTubers. What the heck is the actual channel name?
It's basically a Facebook group.
Yeah, Hawaii Shoot YouTubers. That's what it is. That's us. You can find us on Facebook there. Even if you're not from Hawaii, you can chime in if you would like. And Brad, I just wanted to come by and see you. It's been a minute since my surgery and vacation. Yeah. And yeah, you know, it's
awesome to see you up and walking around.
I don't know if you call it walking. It's kind of I can't do any camera work for like another month because it's Dude, all going to come out.
You're vertical and not sitting in a chair, so that's positive.
That's positive. Yeah. Working with the positive. Thank you guys so much. Thank you for watching Doc Rock Tips. Brad, how can they find you?
At Berad Studio is our business video production. We can find that on Facebook, Instagram, all those places, Twitter. And then at Brad Watanabe is my personal account, where you can find some of our travel stuff and other helpful tips.
Yes, sir. And you can find me all over the web at Doc Rock or at Doc Rock Tips. Of course, all links will be in the description. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to subscribe. And we'll see you again soon. Ahui ho. Aloha.
Just a lot of